There's a reason that people doing Mounjaro call it a journey, and that's because it's full of twists and turns, ups and downs, highs and lows, some stumbles along the way, and then back onto the path that you were originally on. So this is week 16, the end of week 16 for me. It's weigh-in day. It's January the 18th. Um, and as many of you know, I've had a rocky couple of weeks with hunger, considering if I need to go up to the 7.5 milligram pen from the 5 milligrams that I'm currently on, looking at what I'm eating and calories and on all different kinds of things. And I think to summarize, to summarize week 16, yesterday, Friday, tears were shed. So my name's Ginger. This is my channel, Ginger Goes GLP, where we talk about all things GLP, specifically Mounjaro in my case. And I go over my weekly updates for mood, hunger, craving, sleep, calories, goals, all those kind of things. I'm on a journey to try and lose 100 pounds in total, and I'm setting myself little mini goals along the way. So if you do want to follow me, please do like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. That really does help my channel. Helps me though that I am resonating with people out there, and helps build community, because everybody here is supporting everyone else, which is always great to see. Um, as usual, I have to scratch my face. I don't know what's, as soon as I turn on this camera, I'm a disaster. So, yeah, how did week 16 go? Well, overall, better than week 15, which was plagued by stomach rumbling hunger. So, this week, I can genuinely say that my hunger has been a lot more suppressed. The suppression is back from the Mounjaro. I'm normal hungry levels, I think, and even a couple of days I haven't been very hungry at all. So complete contrast to last week, and I'm delighted because yeah, that was really quite worrying, because I went through all the thoughts of like, is this stop working, shall I go up, what am I going to do, am I going to start going back to old habits again? But yeah, that's resolved. So it, yeah, just goes to show you, just stick with it, because you are going to have highs and lows, along this. Excuse me. Cravings, they remain minimal. um yeah, so my cravings I haven't really been troubled by cravings. Like I said, every now and again I do think, oh, I'd like something like this, or oh, I'd like a chocolate, or oh, I'd like some cheese and onion crisps, or things like that. And it's really manageable, and I think that's normal, and I'm incorporating that into my journey. I did see a comment from somebody on somebody else's channel saying you shouldn't be eating this and you shouldn't be eating that, and I've not eaten any chocolate and I've not done anything like that. And that's fine, everybody needs to do their own journey. But for me, this is about a sustainable, lifelong change, and incorporating those little things into my life, because food is enjoyment. So I think it is important for me to be allowed to have those things, or to allow myself to have those things, and just get a bit of pleasure out of them. So if it doesn't work for you, if you eating one cookie is going to lead to you eating 100 cookies, don't eat the cookie. You know yourself better than anybody else. You know what's going to work. You know what you can handle. So you do you. And I think that's, I've seen a lot of people saying that recently, because there have been a lot of strong comments and strong opinions in the comments section, across the Mounjaro YouTubers. um, and I think we all just need to do what we know works for us. So I'll leave it at that. But yeah, I do have chocolate. I do have crisps. I will allow myself the odd bit of something, if I fancy it. So that's how I'm doing my journey. Um, I said last week I wasn't going to talk about sleep because it had gone back to normal, and I was quite happy. I was sleeping and everything. Anyway, of course, the following week, I had one night of no sleep whatsoever, and that was, I think it was, I think it was Sunday night into Monday. So I started the week really tired. And I don't know if that was the stress of the last week or if it was related to the shot. But yeah, I couldn't get into a deep sleep. I was just kind of like tossing and turning. I'd hit a light sleep and then I'd stir and not be able to get back to sleep again. So yeah, so sleep's back on the cards for discussion. And I did see a couple of other YouTubers who said, and I'm sorry, I can't remember their channel, I'd only ever seen one of their videos, who did say that both of them were affected sleep wise and they both had the 3 a.m. waking up and then not being able to get back to sleep. So, yeah, maybe it is a thing with Mounjaro. And they were on 7.5 and 5 mil. So it's interesting that maybe it goes away as you go up, because I haven't seen anybody else really reporting on that. Side effects, I have had zero, zilch, no side effects at all, apart from the sleep. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that's a side effect or if it does seem to affect me. Um, but as far as like, digestional distress, headaches, um, regurgitation, or anything like that, I haven't had anything. One thing I will say though, and I don't know if this is linked um, to the hunger suppression or whatever, but I hadn't noticed it before. I get a lot of sulfur burps, and they don't bother me. I just it's just part of the course for me. Um, but last week when I was really, 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 really hungry, I didn't have any sulfur burps. This week, I've got loads of sulfur burps, and my suppression is super strong. So I don't know if the sulfur burps for me are a sign that Mounjaro is working, but yeah, it was definitely noticeable one week to the other that the sulfur burps are back and the hunger suppression is back. That's correlation does not prove causation, isn't that what they say? So calories, I did set myself a goal of upping my calories this week to 1500 to see if I was under eating and my body's kind of gone into starvation mode and is not releasing any of the weight. That didn't go so well. I did have a couple of days where I got to 1500 calories, but overall, I've kind of come in at 1200 calories again for the week. So I will try that again, see if the experiment's working. Like I said, if getting my calories up will just help my body recognize that I'm not going into starvation mode, and yeah, let go of some of the fat that's clung onto my body, because there's more food around the corner. So mini goals, I'll talk about my mini goals in a minute because they're kind of related to my weight this week or my weigh-in this week. um, but today, like I said, is Saturday and I woke up hungry, so I did my weigh-in, got that out of the way, and then I was craving food, not craving food, but I just wanted to eat breakfast. And I don't often want to eat breakfast until about 10 o'clock, but I just thought I've weighed in now. That's locked in, so I'm going to eat something. So I did myself a bagel, like one of those bagel thins, and I did an extra slice of bread with it because I was like, oh, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Anyway, I toasted the bread and kind of like, put a bit of butter and jam on that, and I was eating it. By the time I'd eaten that one slice of toast, I couldn't be bothered to eat the bagel. I ate half of half of a bagel, so a quarter of a bagel. Don't know why I said half of a half, a quarter of a bagel, and yeah, didn't really have a desire to finish it. So I've got soup for lunch, so I'll probably have that as well. But I thought that was really interesting. Only one slice of toast, and that's how strong my hunger suppression is this week compared to the other week. So if you're having hunger, you're worried about it, you freak out and you panic like I did, maybe don't, because the following week you might be back into hunger suppression. Maybe your shot didn't go into your fat, it went deeper, and I don't know, or it gets lost in the body. I don't know how it works, but anyway, it's back for me this week and I'm not going to question it. So um progress, not perfection. That's what I came up with this week because of like I said, my mini panic and all of the worry that I put into invested into um, week 15, and it's turned out to be a bit of a mute point. So but my bad habits are pop up every now and again. So today's, like I said, Saturday weigh-in day, and I was so worried that my weight loss is going down and my weight loss is going to stop. I noticed that yesterday I was very reluctant to eat a lot. I was trying to eat light meals so that my weigh in today would be successful, because I kind of needed a win. Um, and that's an unhealthy habit. That's an unhealthy thought process. So I've recognized that, I've logged that okay, so I was trying to reduce my calories, I was trying to keep things low and light, to give, I don't know, like a false sense maybe of how well Mounjaro is working, or to try and bolster that extra little bit of weight loss potentially. But interestingly enough, I bought one of those like fancy digital scale, like not digital, I can't think of the words I'm looking for, but one of those fancy scales that tells you your body fat, your bone mass, your all of those things. And I had to calibrate it last night. So without going into my weight exactly, what I can say is when I weighed in at 8 o'clock last night, I was 5 pounds heavier than I was at 8 a.m. this morning. So don't weigh yourself at night, weigh yourself in the morning, and don't always panic about what you see on the scale, because it does fluctuate, from one day to another. So where am I weight loss? So I am going to go into it now. So for those that don't know, my starting weight was 247.8 pounds, and that was on the 1st of October 2024. Last week I weighed in at 213.2, so 213 pounds, which is 15 stone 3.2, or 98 kilos. That's not right. 97.8 kilos, I think that's supposed to say. I think I've written it down on my board wrong. Anyway, I will give you an update on that. So last week I lost 1 pound. And that was such a relief, because I was so hungry. I was panicked I wasn't going to lose any weight last week. I had the same fear this week. I did a cheeky weigh in yesterday morning, hence the tears. So, yesterday, Friday morning, when I stepped on the scale, I weighed 214 pounds. So, I had gained almost a pound from the week before. And yeah, I was just, I didn't have a big Billy Boo-hoo about it, but I was just like, gosh, I feel so let down. I feel so disappointed. I feel, all the work and all the, really trying to stay healthy and what I'm eating, and all the water and the sleep and trying to stay on top of it. Anyway, this is why I weigh in on a Saturday, because whatever happens overnight between a Friday and a Saturday, whether it's work stress or whatever, this morning I weighed in at 211 pounds 2 ounces. So from last week, I lost 2 pounds exactly on the nose. Um, so yeah, I don't know what happened. Water retention. I don't know, I stood on the scales weird. I weighed myself about 6 times this morning. Just yeah, I lifted up a heavy bottle of water, um, just to kind of make it go up so I could see it, and then do it again, because I was convinced. I moved the scale around and moved it onto absolutely square on a tile and everything, and it came up the same, 211.2. So yeah, so it does look to be accurate. So I've lost 2 pounds this week. I lost 3 pounds then Friday morning. So I don't know what all that's about. But long and the short of it, to say, don't get too caught up on the numbers, and use your weigh-in day as the actual weigh-in day. I can't weigh every day, because it would drive me insane. But I needed a boost to know that I was doing okay yesterday, and I didn't get it. And that might have resulted in me, being very low on calories yesterday. So I won't be doing that again. So lesson learned, like I said, progress, not perfection. So what was the other thing I wanted to say this week? Oh, so I'll give you the total. So 211 pounds, 0.2 ounces, which is 15 stone 1 and 2 ounces, which equals 95.7 kilos, which is why that last week I've written down, that must be 96.8 last week. I've written down 98. Anyway, so a £2 loss. I'm really, really happy with that. So my total loss is 36 pounds and 6 ounces, and it brings my BMI down to still a staggeringly high 33.1. So lots of work still to do on that. What I want to say about my goals is I am 1.3 pounds. I've got my notes over here, which is why I keep glancing to the side. I'm 1.3 pounds away from 14 stone, or from the 210s. And my sort of interim goal is 199 pounds. So the Wonderland 100s. I've been 200 pounds or over 200 pounds for definitely 2006, because that's when I came back to the UK. And I think that was the last time I was under 200 pounds. So yeah. And the other thing related to when I came back to the UK, like I said, I arrived back in the UK in 2006. I have a pair of very ugly jeans that I will never wear again, but I've kept, because they're my benchmark of where I am now to where I was then. And where I was then, I thought I was quite overweight. So it's ironic that I've piled on even more weight. Anyway, those jeans are a US 12, which I think is a UK 16. And I can just get them done up with the zipper done up. They are extraordinarily uncomfortable. I couldn't sit down in them if I tried, but I got them done up. So it shows that I'm getting closer to where I was. But it also shows like the delusion of like size that you have. So sometimes you look at a photo and you think you look really big in it. And then other times you think back and think, oh, I looked really small there. So it was just weird, because I remember thinking in those jeans, right, when I get back to the UK, I'm going to lose lots of weight, and, you know, I'm going to get healthy and get fit. And I didn't. And I know that when I arrived back, like I said, so I definitely gained, I think the highest weight I ever was, and I don't think I stepped on a scale. I think the highest weight I ever was about 270 pounds. So yeah, I've done well. Pat on the back to me. I have done well to get down. Um, but yeah, so I'm right. I've gone off. I've gone off into a bit of a mental sort of like go through my history. So that's not relevant to now. But the other thing is I have done a big purge of clothes that no longer fit me. Um, so I've got a lot of empty hangers hanging in my wardrobe right now. If anybody's got any recommendations in the UK of which sites sell best for secondhand clothes, please do let me know, because I think there's Vinted, I think there's eBay, and I think there's another one. But which one do you all recommend? Yeah, so I want to get rid of them, because some of them, like some of them is just a bit of tuck from Primark, but some of it is like really nice stuff that I wear to the office, or when I'm going out for meetings, etc. And I'd like to sell those. So yeah, but I'm going to wrap it up here, because I am literally waffling on like I always do at the end of these videos. But um, put a comment of how you're doing on your journey, and your weight loss ups and downs, struggles, joys. Um, yeah, leave me a comment in support. And thank you, everybody, again for all your very supportive comments, and praise and kind and compliments and things like that. It all means a lot to me. So yeah, I raved about the community last time, and I'll do it again. I think we're all so supportive of each other, People really putting lovely comments across other people's comments, not just in mine. I've seen people, encouragement and going on and offering advice to people that are struggling. So I think that's great. And I think we need to keep that up. Yeah, we're all in this together. So thanks very much for bearing with me until the end of this. Sorry about my croaky voice. It just happens every now and again. But yeah, I hope I'm not shouting at you. I've got a blocked ear as well, so I could be yelling at the camera and I don't know. So anyway, thanks very much, and I will see you again another time.